Alright, so it's been a long time coming. Here is the update video on the $500 S-Class. So, for those of you who either haven't seen my who haven't seen my first video, or who just don't remember, this is a 1991 Mercedes 560 SEL that I had picked up for $500. Now, when I got it, it came with two claims. One, that it didn't go into reverse at all and needed a new transmission. And two, that this car has had a very rough life in New York. Both of these claims turn out to be true. Ignore the temporary plates on it. Haven't actually registered the car yet, for reasons I'll explain shortly. So, this car is my project car. Unfortunately, I haven't really been able to do very much with it lately. Between October when I got the car and April, really nothing happened with it. I did a couple little things, but it didn't do very much. It just kind of sat in the driveway. However, in April, I brought it over to the dealership I work at to have an oil change done to it and a couple other things. Well, I actually discovered it has had a major gas leak. I put a half a tank in. Car isn't on, so it's reading less than nothing. But put a half a tank in. When I got there, it was at a quarter. It was a 12-mile drive. It's not supposed to burn like 4 or 5 gallons in 12 miles. That's not good. So, anyway, I have it. I got the gas line fixed, and I just got it home yesterday from the German shop. Because although it's my project car, I really didn't feel like fucking around with gas lines. That's just not in my interest right now. Especially because I'd be working on it in my driveway. So, here we go. Here's an update video and a little bit more in-depth of a look at the $500 S-Class. So, car has 175,000 miles, or roughly that anyway. Almost everything inside works other than the radio, the air conditioning, and to my knowledge the sunroof. I haven't tested it, and I'm not going to because it's sealed right now and it doesn't look too good. So it's staying like that. It's a 560 SEL, so it has all like the memory seats, heated seats obviously. This is the same one that not this exact one, but same year and model that Doug DeMuro had actually reviewed, which is pretty cool because I found this one not too long after you made the video. So, popping the hood, you could see the heart of the beast. This is a Mercedes-Benz 5.5 liter V8 single overhead cam, making between 250 and 300 horsepower. Not too much for a big old sedan, but definitely not too shabby. Certainly better than stuff like the 300 SE or SD rather, and 420 SEL, which have smaller engines. So, in the previous video, the car had been dead, and I never actually started it up for you. Ignore the 1ID. Video will be on that shortly. Just showing you around. Most of the stuff came with the car. That didn't, and that didn't. All the rest of this was in here. Yeah. Here we go. I'm just gonna do a quick startup for it. When I actually get it registered, driving video will follow. But as of right now, it isn't. Car does not go into reverse. Needs a new transmission, but I'm planning on either finding a really cheap automatic or possibly putting in a stick shift. because, yeah. So here we go. Car starts up. Not going to close that because I don't want it to accidentally lock on me. It is quite loud, but that's not a big problem. I do like louder cars. Yeah. So, for a $500 car, definitely could be worse. I'll put the lights on for you. Let's see if they come on. It has HIDs in it, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Kind of see blue. The orange are fog lights, and I think they look really cool, so I turned them on. Headlight wipers work even. But yeah, so for $500, suspension needs work. Big plans for this car. I also have a video I'm going to do on that one, which is a much nicer car that I bought for much more than $500. Yeah, so here you go. Here's an update on it. Sorry it's not too good or too interesting, but a lot of comments have been asking like, hey, what happened? Did you ever get rid of the car? No, I did not get rid of the car. There's no point in me getting rid of this car because I will most definitely never make a dime off of this car. I have much bigger plans than selling it, and frankly that's also boring. I always had the ideology of, hey, cars can be fixed, especially this one. Like, it runs and drives, and you know, all the the stuff inside works. It's not covered in rust. It does have rust on the frame rails, but I'm not too concerned about that. So my plans for this car are, there's a couple different ones. Either one, restore it to its, to how it was factory, which would be cool, but at the same time seems kind of played out. A lot of people have done, a lot of people have these things in factory mint condition. So I don't know about that. Second option is restore it mostly to factory with a manual, because obviously this transmission is shot, so could have a manual on it, which is probably what I'm going to go with. And then the third option, and this is going to be hated by enthusiasts, but I'm not even too sure if I'm going to do it or not. Third option is get rid of this drivetrain entirely. Engine, transmission, drive shaft, differential, all gone, and replaced with a Chevy LS engine. I don't know which one, preferably one straight out of a Corvette. I try to modify the torque tube even to fit. There's mosquitoes on me, and yeah. Try to modify the torque tube to get it to work, so I could just have a front LS, rear transmission, limited slip differential Mercedes S-Class. I'd keep the inside and the outside. I keep the inside and outside stock because I think this car is really nice inside and outside. Not this particular one; it could definitely use work, but these cars in general are. I think they look very nice on the inside and outside. There's no reason to change it. But if I could get an LS for cheap enough and figure out how to link it up with everything, that would be very nice. I would be very happy with that. But what I'm probably going to end up doing is just the transmission and rebuilding the engine. Engine needs a rebuild. I don't know if you could tell, but it had a little bit of a lifter tick. Not perfect. Definitely not perfect, but hey, the car has potential. I'm keeping it, so any thoughts of me selling it, just you can get rid of that. I'll try to get updates sooner than later, and I'll also try to get an update or a video itself on the 190e I have. which, spoiler, that one has 52,000 miles on it, and I bought it off the original owner. So that one is certainly a nice car. Okay. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you stick around to see what happens with this car.